G'day and welcome to this edition of the COLAC Herald Sports Match. I'm Lachlan, Cowlishaw. Beside me is Ben Martin. How are you, Ben?
Going well, Lock.
Excellent stuff. We've got heaps of COLAC District football and netball action coming at you. It's round 10 in the CDFL, and I can't remember what round it was in the GFL. Ben might be able to help me out.
9.
It was round 9. So let's get stuck in the footy action now with Ben.
Thanks, Lock. We'll kick it off with Apollo Bay. They have won a battle for the top 3 spot against Western Eagles, so they join the top 3 with COLAC Imperials and Lorne. The Hawks defeated the Eagles in this one 13-8, 86-10, 8-68 at Apollo Bay Recreation Reserve. Matt Densley kicked 3 goals for the Hawks, while Alex Hahn, Jack Pascoe and Marty White were their best. For the Eagles, Jake Reid kicked 3 goals, while the skipper, Tyson Stott, Jake Thorne and Andrew Hodgson were the Eagles' best. South Colac back on the winners list following their win against Simpson 12-13, 85-8, 7-55 at Eliminites Joiner Reserve. Sean Harrington and Fred Norgay kicked 3 goals each for the Roos, while Justin Mooney, Dave Melendez and Marcus Roberts were their best. For the Tigers, Nick Harding kicked 3 goals, while Steve McCallum, Chester Gardner and Brock Neal were their best in this one. Forest has joined the top 5 after, I suppose, a shock win against Birregurra. The Saints obviously continuing to add to the list with a couple of GFL experienced players, but the Lions shocked a few people to win this one 12-11, 83-8, 7-55 at Forest Recreation Reserve. Adam Wells kicked 3 goals, as did Ben Hood, while Al Burrell, Wells and Luke Vericek, I'm not sure, I think that's how you pronounce that,
close enough,
were the best players for the Lions. For Birregurra, Tim McLean kicked 3 goals, while Lewis Malik and Steve Seligen and one of the recruits, Tom Gilligan, the big ruckman, were the Saints' best in the loss. The next game, COLAC Imperials remain undefeated after a win against Otway Districts. They defeated the Demons 26-12. 168 to 11-3, 69. So a 99-point win at Jellybrand Recreation Reserve there. James Morgan and Tom McKay led the way for the goal kickers with 4 goals each, while McKay, Cole Roberts and Adrian Murray were the Imps' best for the Demons. Martin Butch Angus kicked 4 goals in a best on ground performance, while Daniel Gage, Luke Burnett and Stewie Sutherland were good for the Demons. The next game, Lorne has secured its 2nd win of the season by more than 100 points, so a pretty dominant effort by the Dolphins there. They defeated Illawarra Bear 24-18, 162 to 9-7-61 after a pretty dominant 4th quarter display. Luke Norton led the way with 9 goals, one of his biggest hauls for the season in a best on ground performance, while Tom Callanan, Jackson Barham, the former AFL footballer, and Louis Homer, who also had 5 goals, were the Dolphins' best. For Illawarra Bear, Sam Barrow, the young fella, kicked 3 goals and was among the best players, along with Tony Walker and Tim McMahon. Alvey had the bye, so we'll get straight into Geelong Football League news now, where COLAC has unfortunately fallen 25 points short of the ladder leader, South Barwon. So not too bad of a result. The Swans are the benchmark of the competition, and they won this one 15-10, 100 to 11-9, 75 at COLAC's Central Reserve. Jake Carmody and Jake McGuan kicked 4 goals each in this one and were among the best players, along with Andrew Kelly, Ryan Monahan and Caden Newton, while for South Barwon, Darcy Hanson kicked 5 goals in a best on ground performance.
Good stuff there in the footy. And I did hear that Martin Butch Angus down at Otway Districts towed up Adrian Murray. So that's a big scalp for the young man there. Let's get into the let's stop being silly and get into the netball action now. I'm going to start off with the COLAC Tigers taking on South Barwon, the reigning premiers, down at Central Reserve. It was one of the Tigers' best games of the season. Unfortunately, it was a loss, 46-56 against the Swans, but they showed some great signs and only fell away in the final minutes of the game. The goal scorers were Zoe Don with 24 and Emily Murphy with 22 for the Tigers, while for South Barwon, Ruby Horton scored 43 goals in a best on court performance. Emily Murphy was the Tigers' best players. Into COLAC District netball news now. The first game we have is Apollo Bay taking on the Western Eagles. It was a top 5 shaping game and the Eagles soared to victory. They won 47-37 down at Apollo Bay Recreation Reserve. Jenny Fish scored 23 goals. Danielle Bowen had an ankle injury. We'll follow that up. She had 16 goals. For Apollo Bay, Kath Spears and Laura Taylor both scored 17 goals each. Caroline Hitchings, the defender, was the Eagles' best player, and Kath Spears won the best on court votes for Apollo Bay. The second game is Forest taking on Birregurra. Forest, an improved performance. They didn't get the win, but Georgia Cowdrey had a great game with 28 goals in a 35-51 loss. So that's the Saints winning there 51-35. Abby Gannon had 27 goals for the Saints. Cassie Spokes was the Saints' best player, and Georgia Cowdrey for Forest, as I mentioned, a great game, and she won best on-court votes. The next game we have is South Colac taking on Simpson. No surprises here. South Colac, a strong win, 58-29, and they take on the Colac Imperials next week, so that should be a cracker of a game. Nicole Mitchell had 36 goals for the Roos. Tegan McNamara, 22. For Simpson, Jessie Hawkins netted 16 goals. Nadine McNamara was the best for South Colac, and for Simpson, it was Sophie Hawkins, Hayley Power, and Kelly Power. Otway Districts took on Colac Imperials, and it was a very tight first quarter, 15-14 the Demons' way, but they fell away after that and they lost 66-42. The Imperials ran out winners at Jelly Brown Recreation Reserve. Rebecca Scott had 36 goals, Candy Robbins 25, Simone Hickman netted 24 goals for the Demons. Rhiannon Whitson, young player, she got the best player for the Imps, and Simone Hickman was the Demons' best player. Lawn versus Illawarra Biak is the final game we have, and Illawarra Biak 44-34 winners here. A strong win and certainly solidifies them in the top 5. Taryn Tom, the recruit, scored 25 goals for the Bombers. Carly Enticott, 19 goals for Lawn. Jacqueline Cardinal and Shelley Ryan were among the best players for their respective teams. A quick look at the ladder. Imperials on top, followed by South Colac. There's a little bit of a gap between Western Eagles, Illawarra Biak and Apollo Bay, but very tight there in the top 5. Now, for our favourite part of the show, the COLAC Herald Sportsman of the Week. We're going to give it to a Lawn footballer, Ben. Who is it? What did he do? Go. That's
right. We're giving it to big Luke Norton, the full forward. Obviously, the Dolphins had a big 101-point win against Illawarra Biak at the weekend. So a couple of standouts there. But Norton had 9 goals. He's leading the league's goal kicking this season. He's a proven goal kicker. He had a bit of a slow week last week, so it's good to see him back with a bit of form to lead the Dolphins to a win there.
Good stuff. Another big win by the Dolphins, and that wraps us up from the COLAC Herald Sports Mash. Make sure you buy Wednesday's edition of the COLAC Herald, and from Ben and I, it's see you later.
See ya.